You know Shannon and Nels, and also there's Mark, and there ain't no one else. So let's just start. But do you recall the most famous podcast of them all? It's Pop Cult Parrot, and it's Christmas time. What up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, where you see. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. You know, everyone. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and with that comes some great songs to get us in the mood. But before we get into that, always, I am joined. By the way, my name is Mark M.F. Jones, and I am joined by my two co-hosts. Gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourselves?
This is Niels R.Y., aka Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And this is Shannon, aka Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way Smith.
He got two.
Oh God! Nobody. I'm laughing because there's about maybe like 2% of our podcast
people who've
never seen the movie. And they're like, what? Like, why did he do an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent? And they'll never know.
Nope.
Booster. No one likes Booster. But what up, everybody? If you haven't guessed, it's Christmas time. Merry Christmas to anyone who celebrates Christmas who's listening to this. We're talking about our favorite Christmas songs. I think last year we did our favorite Christmas movies. And this year we're going to talk about the music that gets us in the mood to celebrate this time of year. And, you know, we're going to keep this tight because, you know, you got gifts to wrap, cocoa to drink, carols to sing, what have you. And we just wanted to drop this off as a nice little, holiday gift. So we'll just get right into it. Nels, why don't you explain how this is going to work?
Yes. And again, context, everyone. So, you know, 'tis the season, but we are open and accepting of all religion, all holiday festivities. However you celebrate is great. It is the season. But in particular, we are talking about, you know, all the things incentive to baby Jesus. I digress. So, how we do lists on Pop Cult Parent, we all each share our list. We go from 5 to 1. And then we name our honorable mention. We try very, very hard. And for the most time, we're successful in not interrupting each other while we share our list. And once everybody shares our list, we talk about the ones that we have in common. All right. So we are going to now jump in. Shannon, would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. All right. So my favorite Christmas songs, and I cannot wait until the opportunity where we get to really break down the why behind. But at number 5, Carol of the Bells. There's not even a particular person. It's just Carol of the Bells by some children's choir. But anyway, Carol of the Bells. Number 4, Mary Did You Know? Number 3, All I Want for Christmas.
Oh, Shannon, Mary Did You Know? Boyz II Men?
No. So actually, I'll like I said, I can't wait to get into that one. But so
okay, I'll be quiet.
No. But number 4, Mary Did You Know? And I'll say there's 2 versions. There's one that's it has Kiki Sheard and Amber Riley from Glee, and then also there's another one that has CeeLo Green. But I'll explain those. So that was number 4. Number 3, All I Want for Christmas. No surprise. Number 2, This Christmas. And I'll break down the Chris Brown versus Donny Hathaway versions. But for now, we're just going to say This Christmas, and we'll get into that. Number 1, my favorite, Silent Night by The Temptations. And my honorable mention is Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Nice. Awesome. All right, I'll jump in, and Mark, you can bring us home. All right, number 5, TLC Sleigh Ride. Number 4. So I don't really know. Like this is similar to you, Shannon. How like random people singing this one, but my number 4 is "God Bless Ye, Merry Gentlemen." But like I always call it "Tidings of Comfort and Joy" because that's what they actually say. Number 3, Donny Hathaway, "This Christmas," and yes, just Donny Hathaway, no one else. Number 2, "Santa Claus is Coming to Town" by the Jackson 5. And my number 1 favorite Christmas song of all time is "Silent Night" by The Temptations. And it has to be The Temptations' "Silent Night." Honorable mentions, I have a few actually. I'll just like quickly go through them. "Jingle Bell Rock" by whoever the white guy is who sings "Jingle Bell Rock." Boyz II Men, "Let It Snow," and "Mary Did You Know." Nat King Cole, "Christmas Song." And just to like acknowledge the greatness of the Temptations, I also have to throw in "Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer," Temptations version as well.
Ooh, that's a nice look, man. This is gonna be. We try to make this a short episode. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, it's a
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. There might be a lot of talking going on, but I'm gonna run through my list real quick. So, my list, my top 5 favorite Christmas songs. We got number 5, "Last Christmas" by Wham. Number 4, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," specifically the 1944 Judy Garland version. "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." I don't really have a specific, but if it has to be one, it's the Nat King Cole version. "This Christmas," only Donny Hathaway. There is no other version of the song, and we can get into it. And my all-time favorite Christmas song is "The Christmas Song" by the legend Nat King Cole. I have a couple honorable mentions, just like Nels. I have a lot. This was a hard list to make, so I'm just gonna run through my honorable mentions. "Santa Claus is Coming to Town," Jackson 5, "Jingle Bell Rock," Whitney Houston's version of "Joy to the World," "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year," the Chipmunk Song, "Christmas Time Is Here," the opening song to the Charlie Brown Christmas movie, "Let It Snow" by Boyz II Men, "Silent Night" by Boyz II Men, and then "Christmas Time in Hollis, Queens."
So, Mark, all the Christmas songs is what you're saying.
So every Christmas song is my honorable mention.
I'm like trying to keep note, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I gave up. I gave up after Whitney Houston. I was like, okay, he's gonna keep going. Yeah,
it was dog. It was it was a struggle, man. So I was like, hey, I gotta give them all love.
All right, so let's quickly go around and just
my honorable mentions is Now Christmas Volume 35.
Now that's what I call Christmas.
Now that's what I call Christmas. That's my honorable mention.
Mark Jones anthology. All right, so let's quickly just recap our top 5, and then we'll get into it.
All right, cool. So yeah, once again, my top 5: "Carol of the Bells," "Mary Did You Know," "All I Want for Christmas," "This Christmas," and "Silent Night" by the Temptations. Oh, and I'm sorry, an honorable mention, "Christmas in Hollis" by Run DMC.
And mine's number 5 was TLC Sleigh Ride. 4, God Bless You, Merry Gentlemen. 3, This Christmas, Donny Hathaway. 2, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Jackson 5. And number 1, Temptations, Silent Night.
And I won't go through my honorable mentions again. You could pick up the album at any store. But my top
literally
5,
any album. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. "Last Christmas," "Hark the Herald Angels Sing," preferably the Nat King Cole version, "Have Yourself a Merry Christmas," the 1944 version, "This Christmas," Donny Hathaway, and "The Christmas Song" by Nat King Cole.
All right. So a couple things just to quickly talk before we jump into it. Mariah Carey made the list, right? Like, I was wondering if she was gonna make it, and Shannon, you made sure she made it. So we have like touched every obligatory requirement to have a Christmas song conversation. So let's just acknowledge that Mariah, because like I'm just throwing this out there. Mariah Carey ain't really made an album in a minute, but she has probably made the most popular Christmas song of all time, and she is consistently getting paid for All I Want for Christmas. Like that is like her equivalent to Seal and movie soundtracks. She is going to have a career just for Christmas because of that song. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Shannon, was on your list in case you wanted to.
Yeah, nah. Every time I hear that, obviously I do not know Mariah Carey in real life, but I feel so proud of her every time I hear that, because as we talk about generational wealth or anything like that, like obviously she was big even before that and is big even without that. But I'm like, that one song is enough to bring an entire generation of a family out of poverty or any of that. I'm like, the fact that like she made that song, that is no, that's no remake, because there's so many Christmas songs we hear that's like, oh, this is so-and-so's version of this. Oh, this was made in 1944, but then this is the 2010 version. Like that was her, made that song. So every dime of that, whatever she starts getting that, probably about the end of October, depending on how some people are, they start playing it end of October, beginning November.
One of my favorite memes that I saw this year was Goku before they fight Frieza in the healing tank, and it's like Mariah Carey in October, and then it's him coming out to fight Frieza. It's like Mariah Carey after Thanksgiving. Like you were right, man. People got that thing on deck, ready to press play. Like, I heard a funny fact about that song. Actually, apparently, when she recorded, like in the '90s, mid '90s,
this was like prime Mariah Carey time.
So apparently, that song never made number one until 2019.
What?
It was never number one on the Billboard until 2019.
Until she what happened? How did that? Did she like
it was
mess
popular.
up something? Like, did she perform was
that the year when she like did a performance and it was like kind of not her best?
That was the year. Yeah,
maybe that was
the year.
But yeah, it apparently it didn't hit number one until 2019, and then I think since 2019 it's hit number one every time around Christmas time.
Wow,
this is wild. And I mean, I will say, I don't think any of the songs could mess with that one, like in terms of like coming out in the 90s. I mean, or maybe I'm looking at it from 2021 lens, where we're like, oh, that's the classic, like that's. But I mean, I look back and I'm like, in the 90s, people were making Christmas songs. So maybe you had to compete with your Boyz II Men, with Brian McKnight, with all these other R&B songs. Whereas now, I mean, like what artists now are making Christmas songs like in 2015 and beyond? Like, I can't really think of
the most recent one is Tyler, the Creator, made the updated Grinch song for the most recent Grinch movie, and the thing kind of slaps. But other than that, I don't know who's making like modern day Christmas songs, because it's interesting.
Grande.
I wouldn't deny it.
And that's a guess. I actually don't really know.
I believed you. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, see, right? Exactly.
But it's such a if I could sing, I'd be doing nothing but like every holiday I'd have a song. I have a song for St. Patrick's Day if I could sing, dog, because like that's just rotating money, like generational wealth. Like every year come Christmas time, the checks are rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dog, I got songs on my list that were made in the 40s.
Yeah.
So like people are gonna be listening to this song for who knows how long.
Nat King Cole, God rest his soul, has been gone for a long time. Nat King Cole has some like amazing dope albums, but I know about 3 Nat King Cole songs, and 2 of them are Christmas songs. So like, yeah, man, this is yeah. That bro, yeah. yes, the staying power is real. All right, so let's jump into it. We gave Mariah Carey her obligatory 5 minutes to shine. I say like let's just jump into it and have like the tough conversation. So there was one song that made all of our list.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, the song is called This Christmas.
Yep.
The Black Christmas Anthem. The Black Santa album. Anthem, I should say.
You are not allowed to make a movie about Christmas with Black people and this not. You don't even have to pay royalties. I think it's just like it just shows up. It's like some like it just shows up in the movies. Like, did you add that? Nah, it was there.
Yeah. Part of the budget.
Well, because someone was gonna make sure it gets played. So yeah, why oh wait, actually, Shannon, I want to hear why this isn't just straight up Donny Hathaway.
Yes, please, Shannon, please.
Yeah.
Like, can you explain that please for us?
Yeah. So, so I was gonna see if our audience caught on for like a number of my songs, even with different people doing them. I just said the name of the song. I was like, oh, yep. All I Want for Christmas. Well, we already know that. I mean, that was all Mariah Carey, but as I went through and I was like, This Christmas. Okay, next song. Whereas y'all were able to specify, the artist. So I think I'm in the minority here. Y'all said Donny Hathaway. There is nothing wrong with Donny's version. Donny's version is amazing. So I don't want to get into like, Donny is horrible because he's not. He's not. But I prefer Chris Brown's version. The Mark
just left.
Mark
like,
said,
y'all can't tell when you listen to the podcast, you're not going to hear Mark leave. But as soon as Shannon started to talk about Chris Brown and how he's like, context, I don't hate Donny Hathaway, Mark left. So yes, that just shows you how things are going. But I'm sorry, Shannon. Please continue. I will try very hard not to interrupt you.
No, that was funny. So Mark will be back, I hope. But yeah. So for me, Chris Brown's version, and I say this because only way I can sort of say this with slightly a clear conscience is because this was early Chris Brown. This was before he was wilding out and stuff like that. This is like
right before, like maybe 2-3 months before,
right on the cusp. So at least like we didn't, he made it on Tuesday. Cool. He was wilding out by Wednesday or Thursday. So that's why he still made it in there. But yeah, Chris Brown's version. I don't know. I feel like that one resonates. I like that one the best out of the two. I think partly because I can't help but hear that song and then see images from the movie This Christmas as well. Because like I really enjoyed that movie. So yeah, for me that's why I go with Chris Brown's version. And when y'all were saying it, I was like, dang, I am the only one. Like unquestionably, y'all were like, keep Chris Brown out of this conversation. Donny Hathaway. It's like, oh, yeah. My bad.
So Shannon, okay, I'm gonna give you a break because This Christmas is a great movie. Mm-hmm. It's a great movie. Granted, I don't think did it make your list? I don't think it made any. You had Almost Christmas, right? I don't think you had This Christmas. So funny enough, I don't think any of us had This Christmas, the movie, on our Christmas list last year. Welcome back, Mark.
I was like, damn, y'all just. I was like, that means so little to the podcast. They don't even realize I was gone.
Nah. We knew. We were keeping it moving. We told the crew. We told the pop cult how disgusted you were with what Shannon was saying. Yeah. So we're like, he'll be back. He's getting himself together. But yeah, This Christmas was a great movie. It was a great Christmas movie. Yeah, it's not great enough to defeat Donny Hathaway though, Shannon. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, Donny Hathaway is a legend. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Donny Hathaway was a legend without this song. Mm-hmm. Now let me tell you the definition, Shannon. The definition of Christmas for the entire melanated community, and not just in America. I'm talking about worldwide. All Black people and even the Dominicans who sometimes claim us. Everybody rocks with This Christmas Donny Hathaway version.
Mm-hmm.
I am appalled. Not because you like the Chris Brown version, but you picked the Chris Brown version over the Donny Hathaway version.
It's not even like you like it. You're like, this one's better.
And no, that's what I'll say. I didn't want anybody to think that I'm like, nah, man, I hate Donny Hathaway's version. No, like you said, it is the Black national anthem of Christmas. But yeah, I don't know. Chris Brown's version is of those two. That's the one I choose.
Oh.
Mark, you notice I'm noticing a trend. You remember, didn't Shannon also prefer the Will Smith?
It was the Will Smith version of
Never Had a Friend Like Me.
A Friend Like Me.
Over Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
I don't know what's going on, dog. The world doesn't make sense. I have no idea what's happening.
Oh my God, Shannon Smith.
We live in like Shannon. I don't deny that people like the Chris Brown version. You know what's funny? I looked at it today. His version of the song has 60 million views on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people like it. But the fact that you like it more than the original, it just boggles my mind. It like I don't even have words for it, dog. I just don't. I
gotta cause controversy. That's
so.
That's
let's just pivot and talk and continue to talk about this song. So this Christmas, I think we just proceed to say this Christmas is a great song, and it is a requirement in the melanated community to listen to this Christmas during the holidays. The one question I have for y'all is, do white people like this Christmas?
Oh, yeah. They have
They do?
They have to, dog. They have to.
I don't really hear it when I'm like at white people festivities.
No, and you won't. You will hear it. Your white friend's holiday party. That's when you'll hear it. Like it's not.
Gotcha.
They don't go out looking for it, right? It's like you're walking around Pokemon. You're leaving Pallet Town, and you're not looking for an Abra, but an Abra shows up. You're like, I'm gonna catch this thing. That's
you're
like
try to catch it. But yes,
that's white people with this song. I don't think they're like going out and putting it on playlists, but like when it shows up, they're never hitting skip.
Yeah. Would Donny Hathaway be considered sort of Motown era or Motown era adjacent? What would you say?
I mean, he's not Motown.
Yeah. Like
he is like, pseudo era at that time, because Motown was just like nasty in the 60s, 70s, so on and so forth. But when I say Motown Christmas, when I'm asking, Spotify for Motown Christmas, they better put Donny Hathaway Christmas on there. Yeah. You know what I mean when I say Motown Christmas? You better include Donny Hathaway in there.
I think when I was younger, I think I bought like a Motown Christmas album, and I was expecting. I remember when I first heard the song, I thought it was Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
When I first heard it, so when I bought like a Motown Christmas album and I didn't see it, I was like highly upset.
Yeah. And no, the reason I ask is because I remember like my wedding DJ, like when we were doing the music and everything, he was like, all right, so this is the type of music we're going to play. When you got sort of the chill stuff, like we haven't started dancing yet. He said, man, I got it. He was like, white people love Motown. And, for our pop cult family, I'm in an interracial marriage. And so it's funny though. It's funny though that he said that. He was like, man, white people love Motown. It's like, I did weddings before. Just watch. You're going to have everybody getting up, like your side, her side. And he was right. And so the reason I mentioned that is because I'm like, I guess Donny Hathaway is like that. Like he's going to be at a white person's holiday Christmas party, and he's going to be, in our Spotify playlist.
Shannon, I'm sorry to go off the track, but I just love the fact your DJ's like, interracial marriage, dog. I got you, dog. Hey, don't even sweat it, dog. I got
the golden ticket.
He's like, the dance floor is gonna be all right. Don't even sweat.
Hey, and what's so funny is like, so what is the comment funnier or the fact that he was right funny, like because I'm like that's what it
Yes.
was. He was right.
Yes,
He
yes
was
to
on
both.
point.
I
Yes.
love the fact that like he like he knows the situation and he has like a playlist for that specific
He
type
has
of
the
wedding.
golden ticket.
Yeah, and that's what it was, like Motown. So that's, I mean, that's why I was asking, like, is he Motown era, Motown adjacent? Because if that's the case, then like, yeah, he's in white people's playlists as well.
He's like, dog, when I'm done, your wedding's gonna look like the end of Remember the Titans.
Everybody together.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So that was This Christmas, Donny Hathaway.
Real quick,
yes.
can I just say something? Because I did get like kicked off by the internet.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry.
The drums on that song, serious. Drum line drums. The drums on that song go so hard. And this is one song that I don't know about y'all. I feel like whoever sings to this song, it makes your voice better. The song has to be on. Don't get it twisted now. The song has to be playing. But I feel like there's some magic about this song. When you sing it and it's playing with you, it makes your voice a better singing voice.
Yeah, I feel you, Mark. And at the same time, and maybe it's the nostalgia of it all, I haven't heard anyone sing it better than when I hear Donny Hathaway sing it.
I'm with you. I've never
like,
heard of
even the
version.
Chris Brown version, which is fantastic. Probably the closest second to Donny Hathaway, but still not better than Donny Hathaway. Like, I don't know, because like Donny Hathaway isn't the greatest singer of all time, right? Like he ain't even up there. He's one of the greatest, but he is not. You ain't even thinking about him when you think of some of the greatest. Yet and still, that is his song. That is really his song.
For me, when I hear other people sing it, it's like two things. I feel like they don't really get the timing. It just sounds off. Like, I don't know. When other people besides him sing it, it just doesn't sound like the timing's on right. And then the one part, everyone's favorite part was the very special Christmas. Like, no one else hits that like he hits it. I've yet to hear another human being hit it the way he hits it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And honestly, I can't even think of. I mean, I know I had to have heard other people, but honestly, outside of him and Chris Brown, I was like, I can't even think of like anybody coming to mind to be like, oh yeah, this other person made a version or something like that. So it's like it doesn't even stick.
Alrighty, so we are moving on. So another song. This was on your honorable mention, Mark, but yeah, and still. It is a legendary song. This was my number one, and this was Shannon's number one. Silent Night by The Temptations. And I'll start off. And let me say this.
Just real quick. My Silent Night honorable mention was the Boyz II Men version.
Oh, sorry.
But so this wasn't.
So did you not have Silent Night by The Temptations?
I did not.
In your honorable mentions? Okay, so that's another thing we'll need to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So Shannon, you were like Shannon was like,
oh, we're gonna talk about it.
So who would have thought the hardest Christmas song of all time would start with the words "in my mind"? Like, who would have thought that? Like, I kid you not. When I hear, I'm like, it's Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a requirement. I have to hear Silent Night by The Temptations to feel jolly. Like I need it in every year during the holidays. And it goes so hard. I have yet to get sick of it. It is amazing. It is fantastic. And all the parts, even the falsetto part, like all of them are fantastic, amazing, needed, and necessary, and really truly shows the talent of The Temptations. Because like when you hear their greatest hits, you hear how like one of the singers shine. Every now and then you hear maybe two of them shine. But during Silent Night, you hear them all shine. Like you hear everybody get some time to really show off how nasty they are as a group. So yeah, it's my favorite Christmas song of all time. Shannon?
To make a reference like that is their Megazord. Like they all came together and made that thing. There was not one piece that was like I am the best or stronger. Like they came together. That is their Megazord. Yeah, it is. Yeah, for me, whenever that song is played, it's like, okay, we're getting into the Christmas season. Like, I don't care. You play it in June. I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and put Christmas in the back of my mind. Let me be thinking about it. But yeah, once that song is played, it is the Christmas season. Some of my like happiest memories about it too. I remember back when I was like before I left for college and everything back home, there were two different groups that sang this song. And I mean, I say they did it like the Temptations, like obviously the Temptations were there on their own level, but I mean, they had the skill where like they had the deep part with the falsetto, they had like the middle, like they had all those parts. And I mean, it was amazing. And those two groups it was my church's men's choir. And then there was this other group that they performed a lot. They were called the Friendly Five. So it was five guys, and they would do that song too. And I heard them at different events. But literally, like I can almost be like, hey, I heard the song live. It was not by the Temptations. It was by those groups, but they were amazing. And yeah, the sort of going off of what you said. Yeah, when I heard that in my mind, I was like, okay, yep, it is. Like that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Those couple words. Yeah, that is it. That is it.
So Mark, talk to us, brother. Well, yeah, I'll just give you the floor, and then we can go from there.
Look, I don't. Everything you guys said is facts. You know, I have nothing against the song. It is probably one of the greatest.
You got something
Christmas
against the Temptations? Okay,
no,
I'm not gonna interrupt you. I'm not gonna interrupt you. Go ahead, brother.
I got nothing against the song. I love the Temptations. Ball of Confusion is one of my favorite songs ever created. It just, I got other songs that are on my list before this one, man. There's nothing against them. I love the song. I never turn it off when I hear it. It probably is one of the greatest versions of Silent Night. Silent Night is one of my favorite Christmas songs, by the way, just on the whole. It's actually the only song I know how to play on the piano. It's Silent Night. It's the first song I learned how to play on the piano, and it's the only song I know how to play on the piano. But yeah, I just thought the Boyz II Men one, I just like, it gives me chills that I think that whole song's a cappella, right? It's just them. And it has a special place in my heart also because of the Fresh Prince episode where Will said he get Boyz II Men to sing at Nikki's christening. And then they're like, you Boyz II Men's coming. He said, please, it's Christmas, Boyz II Men. I'm from Philly, sing at my and in TV fashion, the mega group Boyz II Men were like, yeah, let's go to this church of this guy we never met and sing for his cousin for his baptism. But that's a great episode. And like, I love the one part, the 90s, right? And it's not in the song, but in my mind, it is in the song where they're singing the song and he's like, Merry Christmas, Will. and then it like ends the credits, and so like that just hits like in a special place in my heart. And like it's Boyz II Men at their finest, dog. Like it just shows like the same things you guys said about the Temptations. Like just the like the thing is now Christmas a cappella music is like really hot right now. Like I think it's the Pentatonics, dude. They tour just for Christmas. And like Boyz II Men was already doing that. So who knows, like if they could have cut a whole Christmas album with no music. But yeah, I agree with everything y'all said. It's just my, my two bits.
All right. So we're gonna talk about two more groups and then we'll wrap it up. So we've mentioned them a few times, but Boyz II Men obviously needs their time to shine here. I think in some way, shape, or form, Let It Snow and Mary Did You Know was represented here or there. I think Shannon, you had Mary Did You Know, but it wasn't Boyz II Men. It was somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Who was yours?
Yeah, my Mary Did You Know, it's between Kiki Sheard and Amber Riley from Glee, and then CeeLo Green. And especially the reason I mentioned those two is because the Mary Did You Know that has Kiki Sheard and Amber Riley, I don't think that you can, like, I don't think that's on an album anywhere. For some reason, it was like circulating like YouTube or Facebook or something, maybe like a couple years ago. And now it pops up like every time around Christmas. But I think there was some concert that Kiki Sheard was doing, and Amber Riley happened to be there. She brought her up on stage and was just like, boom, we're going to sing Mary Did You Know? And so it's like, if you ever hear it, it's really just their live performance. So it's not an actual recorded thing. But it's like when I hear that, I'm like, you show me somebody who can hear that song and you don't get chills, and I'll show you somebody who doesn't have a pulse. Like, that's how it sounds. Like, it has, like, it puts, chills, like you can feel it. And then the other one, I mean, CeeLo Green, to me, I think that's probably one of the best recorded on an album or something versions of Mary Did You Know? And it's CeeLo Green's. So yeah.
Yeah,
I said one of. I won't say he's the best, but yeah, like in terms of recorded, I say like CeeLo Green's. I like that one, and then theirs, like I said, it's probably one of the best I've ever heard, but it's not actually recorded. It's like done at some live concert.
Dope. I need to hear that CeeLo Green. I'm sure it's fire. But I have for the honorable mention Boyz II Men. For the similar reason, like I get chills because it's Boyz II Men and they go in on that song. But yeah, like Boyz II Men, Let It Snow. If All I Want for Christmas is like number one and Donny Hathaway, I guess if white people like Donny Hathaway, which is awesome if they do this Christmas, then that's probably number two. Then like number three, besides Nat King Cole, gots to be Boyz II Men, Let It Snow. Oh, whatever. I ain't gonna rank it. It's up there. It's in the top 5 to 10. Let It Snow is a requirement.
It's a banger
in the holiday season. Yeah,
I can listen to Let It Snow in like March. It's a banger, dog.
Yo, and shout out to Brian McKnight.
Yes,
for hanging with Boyz II Men. Like, I have mixed feelings about Brian McKnight, but he showed up. Come over, yeah.
Yo, I think I asked y'all this like a year ago. Is Let It Snow the only Christmas song you're allowed to have sex to?
I do remember this question.
I do. I also remember this question.
Did we ever
think the answer was yes.
Yes. That is the only song. That is the only Christmas song you're allowed to have sex to.
It is definitely not what Hark the Herald Angels Sing. That is definitely not one. So yeah, it might just be Let It Snow.
Now the production on that joint, just like the hook, the chord, man, that like it's a good one, man.
All right. Well, we gave Boyz II Men their love. So the other one I got for you, and Mark, you're the reason that I went from like to loving this song, is Santa Claus Is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5. Now, it's the Jackson 5, one of the greatest Christmas albums ever. And like all the songs are fire. But the reason I love Santa Claus Is Coming to Town is because because Mark Jones loves Christmas, in case y'all were wondering. One time we were all hanging out and we were listening to Motown Christmas because we're melanated. It's the season. And of course, Santa Claus Coming to Town. And we were all singing it, excited, happy, and whatever. And Mark looked at me and was like, this song is so good because Michael Jackson believes in Santa when he's singing this song. You can hear him legit be excited as a child because Santa Claus is coming to town. He like actually believes Santa Claus is coming to town. And I was listening and I was like, he does. Mm-hmm. He does believe Santa is coming to town. And since that day, it went from 5 to 2. Like I just love listening to baby Michael Jackson.
Dog,
sing with so much happiness,
singing his little Christmas heart out, like Santa Claus is coming. Oh yeah, he's like He is into it, dog. He is into it. Michael probably wrapped this album up and sent it to the North Pole after he was done with it because he was just so excited.
Like, I love you, Santa. I love you, Santa.
Dog, I want to give the rest of the Jackson 5 props on this joint. Like when they do the little breakdown with the drums and you hear the rest of them in the like all that little like in the back. I'm like, yo, y'all are getting it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yo, but mentioning, like you said, like their whole thing, because the other one I love from that, as we were just mentioning their album, is I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe.
Kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah, that like I love that one. Like he went in there too, and then he does the whole thing where like since like he believed it, he's like, guys, you gotta believe me. I saw him. You gotta believe me.
Oh, come on, Michael. No. Well, we all know Joe ain't having that. So that Joe, we seen the movie. Michael, Tito. That ain't going down at that house.
Yes. All right, fellas. So we named all the ones that are on the list that kind of represented here and there. Any other of the songs that you mentioned that we haven't talked about yet that you want to just give a shout out to before we wrap up?
Yes, man. Just real quick. So, just on my list, like, dog, Last Christmas, George Michael. Come on, man. Like, what is George Michael not enjoyable? I'm just like, it's a banger.
There's a joke there, but we're a family centered podcast, so I'm gonna stop.
Heart the Herald Angels Sing. I had to have it. It's my favorite. One of my favorite Christmas songs because it's in my favorite Christmas movie. It's A Wonderful Life. Like at the end where you like to my brother George, the richest man in town, and they all start singing the song. That's like, dog, gets me every time. So I love that song. And then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the Judy Garland version. Yo, I challenge y'all. I feel like this song, you could take any Christmas movie that ever exists, and at the end, the heartwarming scene, you could play that song over it, and it will work for every Christmas movie that ever exists. There's just something that's very wholesome and like quiet and warm about that version of that song, and I love it. And then, dog, Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. That is like the legend Christmas song. Like, that's another song that I feel like I've heard in so many Christmas movies. I love the scene in Catch Me If You Can at the end where Leonardo DiCaprio leaves the plane and goes to his mom's house and the song's playing in the background. But, man, just like, I don't know. This song is Christmas everything. This just speaks Christmas. I own this album on vinyl, like, and every year on Christmas I take it out and I play it. Like on Christmas Day, I play the LP, and it just hits. The lyrics are great, and then I love the end with the little on the guitar chord, like the little jingle bell as the song fades out. They play it like dun 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 dun, like, just classic Christmas all the way through.
Nice. All right, feeling that. For me, yeah. Any just last words on the song? I can't remember. Somebody else had this as honorable mention. It might have been Mark, right? The Christmas in Hollis Queens. Was it Christmas in Hollis? Yeah. Nah, that's one. I just really like that one. A fan of Run DMC. I feel like just like in many things as we get older, I didn't really appreciate them until I got older, and it's just like, of course, like Run DMC, the legends, but that song, just even how it starts off, the I can't even do the sound, but the whole DJ sounds at the beginning. there was a poor attempt at scratching there, but so I love that one though. It's a good one, and once again, that's another one that, like, any Christmas playlist, no matter what it is, like, that one has got to slip in there somehow. Yeah.
It's great.
And-
Go ahead, Nels.
I was just going to quickly do mine. So like TLC Sleigh Ride, that's just one of my favorite songs. It's just dope. And I just wanted to say it again out loud. And we didn't mention this. None of us mentioned it. And it's not a classic, but you know, when James Brown does a Christmas song, I just feel like we should mention that James Brown did a Christmas song. Christmas in the Ghetto. It's not really, you don't really get the Christmassy feeling listening to it. But damn it, James Brown made a Christmas song. So we just gotta appreciate it. All right, gentlemen, last words before we wrap.
No, that's it. I just Shannon, I just wanted to say with the Christmas in Hollis Queens, like that song, I remember, and I don't know if y'all remember it. It was a commercial. There's an old commercial, and it was like this breakdancing Santa and an elf on the turntable. And I don't know what the commercial was selling, but the elf was scratching and the Santa was breakdancing. And then at the end of the song, when they're like, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and the Santa starts doing the spin-a-rooney, bro, like I remember as a kid watching that, and that commercial still pops in my head every time I think about this song. And it was one of those commercials that was on for a minute. You know, those commercials that like every year, like I don't know, because no one watches TV anymore. But remember, like every year they would dust off Christmas commercials. One they always dust off is the Fruity Pebbles Christmas commercial. He's like, Barney, my pebbles, and Santa's like, come on, Fred. And he's like,
Yeah,
Merry Christmas,
like Merry
pal.
Christmas, Barn. Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Just while we're on the topic of that, really quickly, the other one is the M&M Santa commeral.
Yes,
They're like,
Santa?
you do exist.
Santa.
You do exist.
That has been
It does exist.
since what, like 98? Since 98,
Yeah.
and I just saw it yesterday again, so it's still going strong.
Bro, one more is the Hershey's Kiss Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells.
Yes, yeah.
Whew, at the end.
Yeah. Woo.
Okay, see, look, we're about to do another episode. Let's stop. We're gonna stop.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We have a new episode every month. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Parent, POPCULTPARENT. Email us at popcultparent@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult. Peace.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.